What up though? Hey, it's another episode of What's Your Business, and we're here at Piedmont Park in downtown Atlanta, and what a better day to come out and film on a great sunny day. The birds are singing, the dogs are barking. Well, at least they're not barking too loud because y'all be able to hear them. They be disturbing the production. But hey, we have another amazing episode of What's Your Business. Guys, I am bringing on my dad, Mr. Tilik Wynn, the owner and CEO of All Star Maintenance Services Incorporated, serving the metro Atlanta area. And as you guys can see, entrepreneurship runs in our family. It's in our blood. So lots of people in our family are entrepreneurs. It's not just our immediate household family, but we also have entrepreneurs that are in other places of the family as well. So I'm very excited for you guys to hear Dad's story. Dad has a very amazing story. And of course, I've been inspired because I happen to be an entrepreneur myself. So I'm very excited for you guys to hear our conversation. Of course, we gonna keep it father and son. Like, we gonna joke around. We gonna have fun on the show. So hopefully you guys will be inspired and impacted by our conversation. But before we hear from us two, we'll be right back. When it comes to business communication services, Minuteman Press McDonough can do it all. With a complete range of products and services at your disposal, they can help you get your message out to customers, employees, and vendors. Using the latest printing and document management technology, they handle your projects from start to finish. Their energetic and experienced staff is dedicated to delivering what you need when you need it. Contact Minuteman Press McDonough today at 770-957-0012. They are located at 571 Jonesboro Road, McDonough, Georgia. Have people oohing and ahhing about your video? Contact Wynn Productions LLC today to wow your clients with the perfect drone footage. Wynn Productions LLC is taking the coronavirus pandemic seriously, and we are following the necessary safety precautions to keep our clients and staff as safe as possible. When we arrive on site to film your video, everyone on our staff will wear a mask, and we will keep them on the entire time. Before we set up the equipment, we sanitize it down to make sure it's clean and germ-free, and we also practice social distancing. Make sure you guys contact Wynn Productions LLC today to hire us to film your next video. We'll do it safely. Welcome back, guys. I'm now joined by Mr. Tilik Wynn, who is the owner and founder of All Star Maintenance Services Incorporated. And hey, we are in the Wynn household. We are less than 6 feet apart, and that's because we live together, so. Yeah. So it's nice to finally be able to do a normal interview during the pandemic.
How's that been?
It's been kind of crazy, but I'm glad that we've learned to navigate and work around it. And then, of course, we work together with Wynn Productions and stuff, so we've learned to navigate the pandemic, which is great. But we're here to talk about your business. Okay. So, All Star Maintenance Services Incorporated, tell everybody a little bit about your business.
We do plumbing, small plumbing, electrical, pressure washing, painting, so small stuff dealing with the household. We do large scale stuff. I subcontract that out, but I stay connected with my clients, making the relationship gel well, and so the service will be real smooth.
Nice. Okay. So you're the guy that people call when something go wrong with the house.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. All right. Cool. So tell me, where you have to go in people's houses.
Okay.
We're dealing with the pandemic. How are people reacting to, I guess, well, you are a random person to them.
Sure.
So how do people react when they have to have a random person come in? You know, I'm pretty sure you guys still wear your mask and stuff, but how is it different from what it used to be?
Well, in my field, the only difference right now, we wear masks. And when we go to the house, the client shows us exactly what they want. Sometimes I already know exactly what's going on with the client, just based on emails, based on phone calls. So when I get to the house, I let them show me exactly what's going on. Then once they show me what's going on, I take it from there.
Okay, nice, got it. So, and you also do lawns too?
Yes.
Landscaping. Okay, tell us a little bit about that aspect of the business.
The landscaping, well, of course, we're in the winter season, so we at the point where leaves fall, but we do tree works, and also trimming trees, pruning trees, cutting lawns as well. I still cut my commercial properties in the wintertime. If they need me, they just call.
Wow. And I want to say, I've actually had a chance to go out in the field myself a few times, you know, before I started all of this stuff. And I will say it is, you know, it's a very interesting job.
Yeah, a lot of my customers, they still ask about you. They still follow you. Of course, they miss you out there in the field, but they understand, you know.
Thanks. Well, that's nice to hear. Yeah, always, you know, and it's some of the customers that, you know, sometimes I still think about. Sometimes they still send me stuff for Christmas and birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, they take good care of you, and I like to thank them for that.
Yeah, they're awesome. I want to thank them too. So yeah, shout out to you guys, the customers. And speaking of customers, tell me, when you have a business, period, it's all about satisfying the customer. Sometimes it's all about going above and beyond for the customer and just making sure the customer is satisfied. What are some things that you do to make sure you go above and beyond and to make sure that the customer is satisfied and they hire you again for a different job? They ask you back.
Well, I don't overpromise.
Okay.
A lot of people overpromise and don't deliver. I mean what I say what I mean. So the whole time we got a clean understanding. If I tell them this is gonna take me 3 days to finish the job and it take me 2 days, and I know it's probably gonna take 2 days, but I want to say 3 days just so I have that cushion, that window, I'm wowing my client right there. I'm being professional the whole time. I'm communicating with them. Everything is in writing. I'm constantly letting them know this person is going to be there. His name is this. You know, John's going to be there. John should be there at 3 o'clock. Call me if he's not there by 3:15. I'll be there by 3:30. I'm constantly communicating with my client. So the whole time they not wondering where we are. They know exactly where we are. If we run in late, we're gonna let them know. I usually let them know. I'm gonna give them a 30-minute window before I head that way. I call them or either send them a text message letting them know I'm on my way. Once I get there, we just do what we do, you know?
Nice, okay. So, and I know every night I watch you map out the schedule, map out everything you're gonna do for the day, schedule the appointments, write everything down, and call everybody and confirm. So what I wanna know is I had to, and it was crazy, so I actually didn't tell you and Mom about this, but I've always wondered what it was like to do a delivery job. And so I actually did a week worth of delivery jobs for this company, right? I was delivering stuff. And so, because even though I do this, and of course this is great, I've just always wanted to know what it was like to do certain jobs. So I actually took time to do a delivery job. And I had to map out my schedule or whatever. Come to find out, I'm really not good at mapping out schedules. So I'm sitting here delivering stuff, and you have one building on the same street, right? And then you have another building that's 2 buildings down on the same street. So here I am going here, and then I go to another city, and I'm like, wait, I was just here. And so I'm just like, how do you map out a schedule? What do you do? What is the trick to mapping out a schedule to make sure that you get the most out of your gas and you don't waste time?
Well, I could have helped you with that if you stopped keeping secrets. But since you want to keep secrets, you have to pay for that.
Really?
Yeah. No, well, the thing is, if I'm going to Lawrenceville, I'm going to Swanee, I'm going to Atlanta, I typically want to go the furthest out and work my way in.
Okay.
Just because of traffic. Are we in Atlanta? You guys know how traffic is. Mm-hmm. So I want to go far out first and then work my way in. And that's usually how I map it out. Now, it all depends on several things. It all depends on if someone has to be at work or they got an appointment. Then sometimes I have to incorporate that as well and take that in consideration. I need to be at this spot by 3 o'clock. So I want to, make sure I'm not double tracking myself. And I want to make sure I'm not going to get it caught in traffic as well. And I know how to navigate because I've been working all over the city for years. So I know a lot of back roads and I know how to navigate. So that's typically what I usually do. And then based on my workload, how long it's gonna take me typically when I go to this house and do some sheetrock work and fix a hole on the wall. Fix it, cut it out, paint it. A lot of times I'll save time by going to my local supply store first before I get to the house because I already have some form of idea what's going on. I tell a client to send me a picture just so I know maybe I grab 3 or 4 of these and then that way it'll cut down on going back and forth, time back and forth to the supply store. So I like to try to do that as well. So that's kind of how I usually map my day out.
Got it. Okay, nice. And actually, I meant to say it was actually for my internship. I wasn't doing random deliveries for people I ain't know. It's for my internship. So
okay, fantastic.
They had me being a delivery driver, so I was like, okay, it's always something I wanted to try out, so I did it. But yeah, it's good. It's good that you say that, and it's good that you know how to map out a schedule and you get the most out of your time and the most out of your gas. Now, when it comes to stories, I gotta ask everybody their stories, and of course, so first starting out a business, everything is trial and error when you first starting out, and that goes for my business. Wynn Productions is trial and error. I'm pretty sure you've had some trial and error moments within your business. So tell everybody about one scenario. Maybe you was cutting somebody's yard and it looked horrible and you had to fix it or something. I don't know. When you were first starting out. So let's hear a story.
Well, I do a lot of, it comes with the territory, trial and error. The great thing is I got 11 years in the game now. So I minimize on those things and I pick what I like. But sheetrock work, a lot of times, cutting out a wall and putting it there, making it look nice and neat. And I when I first got into business, I remember about 8 years ago, I did some sheetrock work at this lady house. But she's a tenant, and she didn't remember that I did the work at her house. Mm-hmm. She thought somebody else had did it. So recently I had to go back because she had some more damage. So when I got there, she was like, and I just started learning. I didn't know what I was doing, right? So she was like, yeah, the last guy that came, he messed up my ceiling. It looked terrible, like that, right? And I was like, well, I said, well, I didn't tell her it was me, right? I said, well, hopefully this time he do a better, hopefully this time they send somebody that's gonna do a more professional and adequate job like that, right? So
she remember you.
And so, yeah, she didn't remember me. And so I was, so after I finished and stuff, she was like, oh, this looks amazing. Like, yeah, they should have sent you the first time. And when we got outside, the person that was helping me, one of my guys that was helping me, he said, man, she was talking real bad about that guy. I said, yeah, that guy was me. Oh, man, we laughed all the way home. It was a good moment.
Yeah.
But it just shows how much I grew, and that's gonna happen, It's just gonna, it might not be as noticeable, but everybody had that first time on the job. Everybody had that first experience, and my first experience doing it was just a little bit noticeable, but I've heard other stories that doesn't compete with mine, so I did pretty good.
I hope it wasn't none of my stories.
No, the guy who actually trained me, he told me when he first started, he was trying to do some ceiling work, and it wouldn't stick up there, so he had put the mud in his hand and threw it up there just so it'll stick. So mine wasn't that bad. Yeah, so mine wasn't that bad.
Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And I'm glad that you were able to share that because, and I had you share that for the viewers who are, thinking about starting a business and maybe they're going in not experts, because everybody doesn't start a business automatically being an expert. You're not automatically going to be an expert. The more businesses you do, the more customers you have, then you're learning along the way, you're getting the hang of it, and then that makes you more qualified, and now you got top tier work as you continue to progress and continue to learn. So
sure,
yeah, glad that you shared that. So I want to ask you, for those people out there who are listening right now, you have some people who are listening who may have other ambitions or
Sure.
whatever, but maybe their ambitions aren't necessarily, I guess. Well, let me back up. Let me say that question for last. So I want to ask you this: has this always been your passion? Because I know you've had a few different businesses. I know that honestly, I never pictured me going out cutting grass, but I did it with your company. I just never had that thought in my mind. But has this always been your passion? If not, what was your passion, and how did you realize that, I guess, this is what you were going to do and what you wanted to do?
Well, quite honest with you, no, this wasn't my passion. When I first I hated cutting grass, first of all. Couldn't stand it. But everything that...
So itchy.
Everything that I dislike, I make myself learn. So grass was one of those things. And I educated myself along the process. The key to cutting grass is having the right equipment, having professional equipment. And I know professional equipment is expensive, but that's the key. Being able to, I went from having residential equipment to being able to max out my day cutting 6 yards to once I invested and got professional equipment comfortably with no sweat. I could do 15 yards in a day and be back at the house at 6 o'clock. If I want, and the most I ever done in one day was 25 yards.
Wow.
So
I'd have been wore out.
the most I ever done was 6 yards with residential, and I was literally beat when I got home. So 15 yards, I'm making the money and I'm not even tired. I can go out the next day and do it. So having professional equipment is the key. I dislike painting, and I learned painting, spend some money on your brush and your naps and your rollers. And that's going to give you a clean quality cut, a clean quality look. You're not going to have to tape off when you get a nice brush to angle, but I couldn't stand it. I had paint all over me and everything. So that's to say, but to go back into what you're saying, so this wasn't my passion, but I had a lot of different business, and my wife said to me, we used to stay at it, but she said to me basically, I got something that might interest you. And when she introduced us, I had been seeing it around town, but I just didn't know what it was called, right? I've been seeing people, doing trash out, doing evictions, doing all this type, debris removal. I've been seeing a lot of companies do this, and I said, man, I love to do what they doing. And then I finally was able to make it happen. So that's how I ended up getting into business. My wife introduced it to me, and then we went and did research and figured out how we need to do to get business license, to be able to get the right paperwork, to have the proper insurance and stuff like that. My original thing is so far-fetched from what you see now, but I went to college for fashion design, making clothes.
Oh, fashion.
Leaky, no fashion. That's a private family joke. But yeah, so I love fashion. I always had a passion for it. I love dressing, love looking nice when I'm not in the field.
Oh, this is my stylist, by the way.
Yeah, so that was my first love, But however, different roads, travel, and here we are now.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's amazing. and it's great. And I think that's kind of with all of us in the household, kind of sort of, because I knew I wanted to do something grand. I knew I wanted to do something big, and I didn't know that I wanted to be on TV. But at first, I wanted to do law and be a TV judge and stuff. But this is so far away from that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and here we are now on the big screen, but doing something different.
Sure.
But it's just crazy how so many people out there, so many people who are watching right now are like that, who maybe went to school for something else, but now they kind of changed it and now they're doing something better, and they may even like what they're doing better now, which is great. So, but at the end of the day, God is gonna put you in the right place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Asking you should see. Seeking you should find.
Yep.
Knocking the door open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doors will open. I love it.
Yeah.
So just to kind of close it out, tell everybody, what can you do, or what can you say to the viewers watching right now? Maybe they're saying, hey, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I don't know where to start. I don't have, it may be somebody who out there may say, I don't really have the funds to really start a business or fund my business. Where do I begin? What do I need to do?
Well, those some great questions. I'm cut a little different than the average, but the main thing that I want to speak to this television, to the viewers, online, wherever they might see this information, most of the time, and I would say 80% of the problem is you. You look in the mirror, is you. The reason I say that is because to open your own business is so fearful to most. It is so fearful. don't worry about having every single answer. And most people, that's our hiccup. Well, I would like to tell you, you're not gonna know every single thing. But the beauty is, we got the internet, right?
Yeah, we do.
Well, we could Google information.
Our best friend.
But at the same time, definitely be knowledgeable about what you're doing. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Be knowledgeable of what you're doing. But don't let some things that you're not sure about be the mountain in your way for you to break through to the next chapter. God gonna show you and direct you where you need to be. So those are the things that I would like to leave you guys with. All things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthened me. And that's what on my business card, and that's what I believe. When I started out, I had one lawnmower, push lawnmower, and it had 3 good wheels. One was broke. I had a little money, but I had a whole lot of confidence and a whole lot of faith. And that's what I leaned on. That's what I believe. That's what my business is built off of: strength, prayer, faith, execution, work, and that's how we operate around here. Mm-hmm. That's how we operate.
Yeah, absolutely. And and similar. And I hope that was able to inspire the people who were watching. I know it inspired me because, I was kind of the same way. I ain't had no money for no thousands of dollars of cameras and lights and stuff and equipment. So, we, of course, I had a lot of help from you and Mom,
Sure.
to help out and stuff. But, I'm just glad that we are where we are,
Sure.
And we believed and we received and, here we are.
We prayed.
We did.
We sowed seeds. Mm-hmm. We believed. We executed.
Yeah.
We talked to people.
Yeah, in the house. Yeah.
Mentored us. You can't do it by yourself.
You can't.
There's gonna be a whole lot of people that's in your way, but you just go around and go through them. There are more people that can help you. So don't be afraid to open up your mouth. And through the pandemic, it is so many entrepreneurs that then was birthed from the pandemic. And I know the viewers watching is gonna be able to testify to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there's so many right there on the edge and on the verge and fearful, but go. Mm-hmm. Go do it.
Yes, do it. Don't be fearful. Do it. Step out on faith.
Yeah.
Hey, get out there and make things happen.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
In Georgia, corporation, open up a corporation, $100.
Oh,
it's $30 to, I believe it's $30 to register your name for your business. So it doesn't take a whole lot of money to get the ball rolling. So go to sos.gov, I believe, and or either just Google it, corporation, nonprofit, just Google it. And it's not a ton of money, but go out there, and I hope this is something to motivate the next entrepreneur out there that's just fearful.
Yes, and hey, from an entrepreneur to an entrepreneur, I know I like to see entrepreneurs. I like to hear, we love to hear entrepreneur success stories. I love them.
Yes.
Whenever I see, I think I believe I was one of the first people out of my group of friends to start their own business. And now I see a few more people around me starting their business. Sometimes I always tell them I want to be the first one to support your business because
Yeah.
I believe in entrepreneurship. I mean, of course, me, of course. Now I'm not saying, working for somebody, that's good. Hey, people who work for people making six figures and stuff, but what I am saying is you can be an entrepreneur and, you can tell yourself what to do. You ain't got nobody else standing over you. You can make however your money you make is unlimited. And I mean, the possibilities are endless. So I love it.
Yeah. It has its challenges, but the rewards is definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking time to sit down with me in our house. Hey, everybody, this is What's Your Business? Thank you for coming on What's Your Business. Thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for sharing the seeds with the viewers. I hope they were inspired by your testimony, your words, and hopefully they were inspired by your business. Maybe there are some viewers out there who may be thinking about starting their own landscaping business wherever, whatever city they're in. So
Sure.
Yeah, hopefully they were inspired, and hey, if you gotta start with 3 wheels on your on your push mower, then hey, that's what you gotta do. So hey, you just get out there, you step out on faith, and you get that business going, and get that business rolling, and hey, the possibilities are endless. So we're gonna go ahead and close it out when we come back. See you guys then. Wynn Productions LLC is taking the coronavirus pandemic seriously, and we are following the necessary safety precautions to keep our clients and staff as safe as possible. When we arrive on site to film your video, everyone on our staff will wear a mask, and we will keep them on the entire time. Before we set up the equipment, we sanitize it down to make sure it's clean and germ-free, and we also practice social distancing. Make sure you guys contact Wynn Productions LLC today to hire us to film your next video. We'll do it safely. When it comes to business communication services, Minuteman Press McDonough can do it all. With a complete range of products and services at your disposal, they can help you get your message out to customers, employees, and vendors. Using the latest printing and document management technology, they handle your projects from start to finish. Their energetic and experienced staff is dedicated to delivering what you need when you need it. Contact Minuteman Press McDonough today at 770-957-0012. They are located at 571 Jonesboro Road, McDonough, Georgia. Have people oohing and eyeing about your video? Contact Wynn Productions LLC today to wow your clients with the perfect drone footage. Welcome back to the show, guys. Hopefully you guys were impacted by our amazing conversation. Dad is an amazing business owner. Dad does some great work. I've actually had a chance to, from you guys hearing the conversation, I've actually had a chance to go out in the field myself before I started my own business. So yeah, I was out there doing the groundwork in the field, cutting people's grass, messing up people's yards. I did it all. I did all that stuff. So, I messed up a few yards, but I learned the ropes of the business, and he taught me well. So I appreciate that. So I also have another aspect that I'm also pretty knowledgeable in, and I'd say that he's taught me a lot, so I can say might be pretty knowledgeable in the landscaping business myself. So hopefully you guys were inspired by our conversation. But hey, make sure you guys support that. He has an amazing business. Once again, he's subduing the metro Atlanta area. He's serving the metro Atlanta community. So make sure you guys get out and contact him and support him so we can come make your yard look beautiful. Well, hey, entrepreneurs out there, you have a platform and you have a chance to come on What's Your Business. You need to come on the show. To apply to come on the show, all you have to do is send an email to what'syourbusiness.tv@gmail.com. I'm Tyrik Wynn, and I'll see you guys next time.